Truth Man here. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subject channel. So I want to kind of make an extended video of the short I made about people biting chunks out of your manhood. People biting chunks out of your manhood. Like the United States, in the United States, they call masculinity toxic. In other countries, they don't always, maybe France, but they don't always view it as toxic. They call it toxic because they want to do what I call bite chunks out of your manhood. Your girlfriend will bite chunks out of your manhood. Your wife will bite chunks out of your manhood. Your boss will bite chunks out. The people at your church will bite chunks out of your manhood. They'll have y'all scared to buy a beer or a lottery ticket. They biting chunks out of your manhood. I'm going to explain it. And this ain't going to even take me that long. They biting chunks out of your manhood. Your mama, your sister sometimes, your cousins, they biting chunks out of your manhood. Listen, let me tell y'all something. We need to be enjoying one another, but we need to be cutthroat as well. That's the balance. Like, you want to be cutthroat, but you also want to be approachable. You want to be friendly. You just want to be a person that you not the one to F with. But if you cool, if they cool, you cool. That's how you want to be. That's the No Matrix persona. Now, but people will bite chunks out of your manhood. And the Most High don't like that. If you a person that care, if you a spiritual person, the Most High don't like that, man. This is why some people don't understand the work and he not speaking through them, because they too cowardly. You letting everybody bite pieces of you, half of a man, when people done with you. He can't even use you. You a man pleaser. They biting chunks out of you. They pulling chunks out of you like a birthday cake or a wedding cake. Everybody cutting off a piece. You got to stop letting people do that. You got to stop, man. Like, do you understand how hard and impossible it is to be perfect? Now, you want to be, the goal is to be authentic, genuine, sincere, not perfect. Not perfect. This is why you saw the Most High dealing with people like King David, people like Simon, which we call Solomon. They changed the name to Solomon, but who keep a score? People like Samson. This is why you saw people like that having relationships with the Most High, because they wasn't perfect. They was authentic. They was genuine. And you know when they got in trouble? When they let people bite chunks out of their manhood. Samson let Delilah bite a chunk out of his manhood. Had him going against the very Most High God and the tradition that he set up with his family long before Samson was even born. King David allowed his lust for Bathsheba, or whichever one it was, to cause him to kill her husband so he could have her, trying to find a loophole, like, so he can get her. That's when he got in trouble. Solomon allowed the wives that he had. How many wives he had wasn't the problem. The problem was he was being a simp, and he let them turn him against the Most High and had him worshiping idols and stuff. All of that's what I call biting chunks out of your manhood. Adam knew what he was supposed to do. He was dominant, but he let Eve basically get him to go against and disobey the Most High. She bought a bit of chunk out of his manhood. This is why guys have lower testosterone. Some dudes are fat because they scared of their wives. They know their wife is a little insecure, trauma-filled. I'll just say Jezebel. But y'all saw the lips. So he don't want no problems with her. So he just eats. Watch the game, chips, all the fatty foods and don't work out. You can eat whatever you want if you work out and you get out and you active. Now, I wouldn't suggest that you never eat healthy, and I wouldn't suggest that you always pig out. That's going to build up cortisol, and it's going, listen. So, you go to work. You don't ever want to stand up. You passive. That's the only reason why you been there so long. Because you passive. They biting chunks out of your manhood. They punking you. You don't believe in yourself. You don't believe that you can get money outside of that job. These people is weird. Like, I'm glad I see it. Like, that's like me. Okay, let's say I live 60 more years. That's like me just only having this car. That's like, okay, let's say I was around a bunch of people like, why you gonna get another car? Keep your car. So I keep this car 60 years. They bought a bit of chump out of your manhood, man. They biting you. You getting bit and you ain't hitting nobody with no stick. Pause. I don't mean like that. Well, hold on. Oh, shoot. Oh, man, I'm not on camera right, y'all. I'm sorry. Your kids will bite a chunk out of your manhood, even if you're a nice guy, even if you're the type to spend time, even if you like playing with your kids got to know that you will whoop they, even when they grown. They should know not to test you. See, I've learned for me, life is so much better in the years that I understand this. Ain't nobody gonna bite a chunk out of my manhood. People be trying. This how they do it. Like, especially if you like a preacher or something like that, they'll be agreeing with you in your face and talking about you behind your back. But listen, you get two I don't cares. I don't care. You need to worry about yourself, not what I'm doing. You need to worry about yourself, because your torment, if I was to enter torment, which it ain't gonna happen, I would be tormented for what I do, not for what you do. And you would be tormented for what you do, not for what I do. So I look at it like this. I'm gonna keep it real with the Most High. You know, he knows at all time what you're dealing with. He knows about your temptations. He knows about this or that. People be trying to confide in people. They never gonna understand, man. Like, people will be all off into you, and the more you keep it real with them, you'll start seeing them like distancing themselves, little by little. Distancing themselves. You know, and you don't hold it against them, but you just understand people. Escaping the matrix, one of the most important things is understanding people and how they are, how they really are. Like, one of the main components to most of these people is selfishness. Selfish. They got selfish ambition. You know, the selfish ambition is a problem in the earth. What's your angle? It's a problem in the earth. Ain't nobody finna control me. If I think you are being a little too aggressive or you are being controlling, I will intentionally take it. You know why? Because I've learned through the years, man. I've gained the wisdom. Don't let nobody rush you into anything. Don't let nobody give you no ultimatums. Don't let nobody act like you can't function without them. Because you can. And you often do. They'll be thinking they know more than you. No, in some ways you got me beat. But nobody got me beat in every way. Especially when it comes to this no matrix. I haven't even given y'all half of it. Because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write the book. And I'm going to see like how people take to the book. It's going to determine like the future, how much of the mysteries of the Most High God that I'm going to reveal. And how far I go with this stuff is going to be determined on the support level that I get when I write these books, and even like even these videos, because like eventually I got some plans where like it's gonna be, most of my stuff gonna be geared towards the people who down with me. That's my plan. That's my goal. Like for now, it's for everybody, but these trolls, eventually they ain't gonna have nothing to troll. Put it that way. Now we might be a ways away from that, but eventually they're gonna have to come to my church to troll, and then we probably gonna fight. Or something like that, because I'm gonna have security, and my security gonna get down, and I'm gonna be getting down right with them. So you might not even make it past the door. But people be thinking they know stuff. And I'll be like, I know y'all experience this too. Like it be something that like know for per se. And it'll be somebody else that because they're a narcissist or they disrespectful, they be trying to act like they know more than you, like they own your level, or they know more than you. And if you're not careful, that's how conflicts brew. Look, man, you ain't on my level. It's dudes, you too young. You ain't even had the experiences I had. These guys that get 1 or 2 victories in life and to think they know everything about life. We always learning. We all learning. If you a person that's always learning, you're going to be a smart, sharp, well-rounded individual. But if you a person that can't nobody tell you nothing and you always got your mouth open, eventually somebody going to punch you in your shit. Excuse my language. I just had to say it how I feel it. So if that's what you're looking for, it'll happen eventually. You can't beat everybody, man. Sometimes you be that person you think you can beat, it's going to put you in the hospital. That's why I learned from young age, never underestimate nobody. I've seen 11-year-old dudes come to detention for knocking grown men out. Battery. 11 years old, 12, 13. You can't underestimate people. Man, I'm MMA. Yep, and you gonna be KTFO. I know MMA. Yep, you can be KTFO. Knocked the bleep out. Just be smooth and be cool, man. If you a man, I'm a man, I'm masculine. Okay, then you can keep your mouth shut and you can get along with people. Look, there's even some women that know how to get along with people. But that's like a female thing, having a hard time getting along with people. Not like people, like when we argue, she'll try to say it's me. But everybody know. Look, I would take a lie detector test and let the people involved take one too. And I would be willing to do that. Who is the problem? Who is the reason why we can't get along? And I guarantee you I'll pass. People be holding that Trump stuff against me. They be holding my religious belief against me. They be holding and I learned too, you can't talk to everybody. That's why the thing with these videos that I don't like is people will be watching and they'll be twisting up what you be saying in their private life. That's what people do. So it's been too many times where I was cool with somebody and we talking. Why you involving them, man? Guys don't be knowing how much problems you creating. We talking as men and you feel like you got to go mention what we saying to some women, especially if they got authority. That done created problems a couple times, man. I'm telling you, I'll be talking to somebody that I think is cool and they'll be going back to women and then they'll be using their position. That's how that happened with them evaluations. I'm telling you, I know how they did that. They knew I knew what I was doing. That's why they bring their problem childs to me. But they did that because they was mad over stuff that one of the guys was going back telling them. He shouldn't even been talking to them about it. And one time I had to correct him. And he was playing around. And he was like, he told the narcissist chick that think everybody want her, that I liked her. I got on his heels. I said, come on, man. Just like that. I said, out of all the people you could have told, you told her? He ain't understand. I said, you would tell her that? And give her a chance to try to diss me? Man, I don't want her. He said, I'm going to say something to her too. Because she went back and went to her coworker. And her coworker was sweet on me. Well, we was just cool. Like, I ain't trying to get with her or nothing. But I know when somebody's sweet on me. So she came back and told me. Like, yeah, such and such told such and such that you something about me wanting this. I swear I ain't never said nothing like that. He was just playing. But he didn't. Said, don't nobody want Howard, but don't nobody. That's a lie. I could tell you firsthand right now. That's a lie. To say nobody wants me. That is a filthy, rotten lie. If you blow up for that lie, you'll be in pieces, dead. They want me, man. Listen. And just imagine once I sharpen it up a little bit, they want me like this. Y'all crazy. You really believe that? Some of y'all really believe that. That's hatred. That's what we call hate. You really believe that, man? Okay. But, like, they'll go back. That's how all of that, when I was working for the Texas Juvenile Justice Department, that's how all of that started. Me and him talking. We ride to work every day. We cool. We friends. Why in the hell would he bring, man, I got on, man, me and him almost fought. We almost pulled the car over and fought a couple times. But the thing about him that I liked, that I respected, is even if he get mad at you, you get into it with the next day, he be over it. That's what I respected about him. But we was getting into it so bad after I said, man, why would you put her in that conversation? You caused all of this. It's like, man, I ain't caused nothing, man. I didn't do it. We had word a couple times. We was like, I said stuff like, hey, man, it can be whatever, too. I said, it could be whatever, too. He said, it could be whatever. We finna pull over the car and fight. And then, like, my other guy, he got him fired. Because I said, man, you really was behind that. I said, because you knew she was targeting him. He even told me, he said they know that the supervisor don't want women in there because it's all boys. So they was working together to clip us off one by one. I said, and you knew that. You knew that, man. You were supposed to stay out of it or just put her in her place. Man, we was getting into it, man. Like, well, they got dude fired, and after they got him fired, they came after me. They was after me first. That's when I got suspended, but I came back and they fired him. And they was getting us clipped one by one. And so when I confronted her, one of them, I said, you just worry about if we got to restrain somebody not freezing up. She would go outside crying, saying I'm being a DICK and all this other stuff. He goes out there and consoles her, man. When he did that, I was done. I was done with him. Done. Like, we still talked and stuff, but that was just the last straw, because when I was fighting that guy for like 15 minutes straight, they were just standing there in shock watching. Now, what if he would have been winning? He wasn't. I was tearing his butt up. But what if he would have been winning? That dude was like a little running back. He was built practically like Genty, just a little smaller. Same build. He just probably was 20 pounds lighter than Genty. And he trying to pick me up. We fight. He's swinging at me. I'm just blocking it off. Bing, bing, bing. I could feel his strength. And so I would dip him. I told y'all about this many times. And I would put him in a handcuffing position. And they just standing there watching. So I'm yelling at him. I'm telling him about that. Every time I get him in that position, I look over there like this. Like, y'all, he's got something to say. Cuff him up. I'm yelling at them. I knew they was going to try to get me back for that. So when the little sweet little dude messed up, as he usually do, they tried to cover up for him and try to put it on me. I ain't had nothing to do with that. I was in a whole different room. And when I'm defending myself, they have spent all that time trying to make me look like I'm a bad guy. So after a while, the supervisor took the wrong approach. He should have kept taking the approach he was taking. Y'all gotta get off of Howard. But she said, Howard? I said, I don't care what y'all say. I ain't had nothing to do with that, and I'm not taking the blame for that. Just like that. And she turned and said, Howard, and was finna say something. This dude gonna say, you ain't gotta worry about him. I already told you what I'm gonna do about him. I'm like, you told her what? The dude I'm telling you about was holding me back like this, like he thought I was gonna try to attack. I said, you told her what? I said, you told her what? I said, I can't work here no more. But anyway, I do thank y'all for watching. Don't let nobody bite chunks out of your manhood, man. I might do more videos. We'll see as time permits. Stay tuned.